Good afternoon, everyone on YouTube and viewing this video. Here I am making another video, and I am basically making this video to actually talk about a subject that has basically been on my mind for a while now, and I've been meaning to touch base on it for a while. And that is the Michael Brown case. Now, me being a black man myself, well, half black, me being a black man myself, I basically wanted to give my whole entire opinion on it, because I have basically been watching like a lot of videos on Facebook, and like I've been seeing a lot of pictures surfing the internet basically about all the riots and everything that has been going on. And I really don't know the full story of what really happened, so I can't really judge on what really happened, but I can only judge off of what I've seen so far, which was all of the pictures and the surveillance video cameras. And they even show one surveillance video of like one supposedly being Michael Brown, and it showed like him like in this like it looked like a liquor store or something, and he was and like a guy was like going after him, and like the dude, like it's a big dude, like he like put his hands on him and like got physical with him. And I'm just thinking, whoa, like it looked like Michael Brown, but I mean, I'm not really sure. But my whole outtake on it is that a whole lot of people are basically, it's just having their own opinions on it. And for a minute, it kind of got a little overwhelming for me, because everyone had their own different opinions, because this is like a worldwide, issue that basically like the majority of the world knows about. And I look at a lot of comments that people make, and and a lot of people have good points on it. There's there's white people, black people, Asian people, Latino people. Like there's all kind of people that is speaking on it. There's some people is saying, well, don't blame the white people, not all white people are racist. And then some of the black people are saying, yes they are, all black people are racist. Well, no, not all black people, all white people are racist, sorry. And it's just so much to take in. Like it's like a hard pill to swallow. I don't know why my webcam keeps doing that, but it's just set up to do that. But getting back on the topic, I honestly really don't know how to feel about this. This is like the first time in my life, in the whole 24 years I've been living, that I have been speechless on the issue. Like, I mean, yeah, we can sit here and we can easily say, yeah, the police officer, could have been prejudiced. He could have not been prejudiced. Like, like regardless what people say, there's always going to be someone that's going to say, oh no, that's not true, you can't look at it that way, and look, we all know, at least I know, that all white people are not racist. Not all black people are racist. Just like all white people don't act the same way, and all black people don't act the same way. So my outtake on this is that, whenever a black person goes out and commits a crime, the first thing that people of the opposite race want to do is to throw the race card in and to say, oh yeah, well, this is why black people are monkeys. This is why they, this is why they all deserve to excuse me, this is why they all deserve to be thrown in jail and be thrown in prison and all this crazy stuff, and then you have a white person that commits a crime, and then there's no racist comments. Like maybe one or two from an opposite race, but it's not that many comments. And I just feel that racism, I don't think is ever going to stop. So regardless if this particular issue was a race thing or if it was just a normal thing to where he just wanted to just shoot a man because he felt threatened, and he just so happens to be black, so a lot of the black people in the African American community are basically getting fed up with it. And I just don't think, I just get tired of hearing people throw the race card into everything. I mean, yeah, we do have racist people out there, and yes, we do have some white cops that do like to take down black men. Whether you agree with that or not, there are white cops out there that do shoot black men for no purpose. Not just black men, but mostly black men, And the point, I guess, that the African American community is basically trying to get across is the fact that they feel that it's all a race thing because they're tired of looking at the TV, basically seeing every single black man getting killed. Every time they look at the news, a black man's getting shot, a black man's getting killed. I even got to the point to where I was a little afraid to walk out of my house. I mean, I personally do not live in Missouri. Like, I live all the way up in Indiana, but regardless where you live at, like, you can always run into a problem, and like, there's times that I'm afraid to walk out of my house, after seeing so many killings happen. Like, there was a time that I did get to that point, and I was just left very speechless. I mean, first it was, it was the Trayvon Martin case, and then, and then it was that one case that happened at Fruitvale Station. I think his name was Grant, I believe so. Yeah, he was shot while he was laying face down on the ground, and then we had that situation, and now we have the Mike Brown situation, and then I recently just saw another video of another black man like getting shot, but he was actually carrying like something that looked like a weapon. It was like some type of like sharp object. It was like about like this long, and he had it, and then he ran from the cops, and the cops shot him. Ugh, that is kind of like too much. And then recently we had the 12-year-old boy, I believe, in Ohio that was also shot, and people were bringing race into that. And my own opinion is that if you're going to riot and if you're going to protest, okay, you have a right to do that, because I understand where these people are coming from. Like, they want to protest, but to tear up the city and to literally just go full force and to just do all this damage, personally, I don't think it's going to do anything, but to them, they're not going to care, especially the family that's affected by Mike Brown, because the only thing they're thinking about is our family member's gone, so since he's gone, then we're going to tear stuff up, and that's how they feel. But personally, I don't think that that's right. I just don't think it's going to solve anything, like, I'm starting to feel like we're back in the 1950s and 60s all over again. And I feel like we're back in the Martin Luther King Jr. days, and we're having all these boycotts and, all this stuff. And I feel like it's all revolving and starting all over. And it's just really sad. But like I was saying earlier, regardless if it's a race thing or if it was just a normal thing, I mean, I even watched a little bit of the interview of the officer that shot Michael Brown. I believe his name is Darren Wilson. I believe. And I mean, I was listening to what he was saying, but then I really wasn't listening. It's just when I was looking at him, like, it's just like, it's like you look at someone and you can just see right through them, and I just really didn't like what I was seeing. It was just so much going through my mind, because if this situation ever happened to me or any of my other family members, I'm not going to say that my friends and family would not be upset, because they would be very upset. Now, would they react the same way? I don't know. I have no control over their actions. But what I want the African American community to understand is that, people are always going to look at you a certain way, regardless what skin color that you are. You could be a normal black man walking down the street and people automatically assume that you're a thug just because you're dressed a certain way. You could be a normal white person walking down the street dressed in certain clothes and people automatically assume that you have a lot of money just because you're white. Like I've heard stuff like that before. Like people are always like going to have some assumption. But the fact of the matter is that I just want the killings. I just wish that the killings would stop. I wish that all of the violence would come to a stop. Because if this does not come to a stop, then eventually, there is going to be no hope. Because people are going to end up turning on these police officers, and whether they were doing their job or not, they're still going to look at it as this is a black man that was killed. That's just how they're going to look at it. Me personally, I can truly understand. It's hard to trust police officers, after seeing the powerful force that they put on people, because police officers are not always innocent, because there are times where police officers do abuse their authority and they do go a little too far over the edge, and they do things that they're not supposed to do. And it's not just against black men, although a lot of black men are getting killed. It's just really sad to me. At this point, I don't know if anything can be done about it, but I hope that something can be done about it, because it's just not going to get anywhere. Like, I only see it getting worse from here. I just see it getting worse from here. And I just hope that things will turn out for the better. And if Michael Brown's parents seem to view this video, I want them to know that my heart truly does go out to the family. My heart truly does go out to them, because that is just terrible. Like, when I first found out about it, I was pretty angry myself. because it just wasn't making sense to me how all of these, like, why does it seem like one after another after another after another, like, person's getting killed over here, person's getting killed here, then a person's getting killed here, then a person's getting killed here. And for some reason, you know, they're all black men. You know, in a way, it does kind of seem a little sketchy, you know, and a little suspicious. Like, it really does. It's just terrible. It's just really terrible. But I would love for people to leave their comments below this video and let me know what they think about this. I really want to know what everyone thinks about this, because I'm the kind of person that actually likes to read people's comments and opinions. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to point out is that a lot of people scream and holler and yell for equality, which everyone deserves to be treated equally. Everyone does deserve to be treated equally, you know, but at the same time, you know, we live in a world to where I don't think we're really going to get there 100%, because it's always going to be that percentage of people that's going to treat you or maybe look at you in a different way, even if they don't say anything, you know. Like, it's just always going to be that way, basically. So I just think that if we all can just come together as one, you know, and it just not be a certain minority over here and a certain group over here, like, why can't we just all just come together as one and just all seem to get along with one another, you know? It's just crazy. You know, if Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was still living, I'm just wondering what they would say. I'm just wondering what they would say. I'm basically going to end my video with that. What would Martin Luther King and Malcolm X say after all of this?